Hello guys, nice to see you again. Hope all of you are doing well. And yeah, it's a really nice day today in Norwich. Sorry, near Norwich, in Norfolk. Today, it's just a quick talk about SAD, or it's called seasonally affective disorder, or seasonally adjusted depression or something. Basically, it means when the sun shines, people feel better. And I've explained this to my wife. She said, "Oh, everyone feels better." I said, "But I know it's not the same. When it's sunny, my wife feels okay. She says, 'Yeah, I feel good.' And when it's raining or it's really dark, she kind of almost feels the same. With me, it's not the same. It's absolutely not the same. It's like night and day, yeah. So I've put my car in the shade because it's not so sunny, it's slightly warm. I want to keep them in the shade, and I'm going to give them some water before I go and open up all the windows. Open up those windows. Okay. I won't be long anyway. So when it's sunny, I feel that my brain I feel fantastic. I feel really, really good. And the difference between when it's sunny and when it's really cloudy is huge. Whereas with my wife, just judging by the way she acts and sometimes when she answers me if I ask her questions, the difference is this much. There isn't much of a difference. But with me, there's a massive difference. Like today, I feel I've got so much energy, and it's because of the serotonin. You know, a lot of people, there are some psychiatrists saying that, oh, the serotonin hypothesis is faulty. It's been debunked. So, for example, the SSRIs, the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, they keep a certain amount of serotonin circulating in the brain. And so they say, like this psychiatrist, Horowitz, is a very smart person. But I've seen some of his videos, and I wish I could do like not debunk him because I'm no one, but there's a few things, like sometimes you have to be careful because if people are people who are, there's an appeal to authority. People who are authority figures, usually you believe them more, but actually they're just like everyone else. They can and do have biases. So, for example, this guy, obviously he wants to come off because he's been on antidepressants for I think 20 years or more. On the video he said he was on for 20 years. It could be more. It could have been in the past that he spoke about this. So he says, right, he says that the theory of serotonin, he shows some papers, has been debunked, okay? And so he says that taking the SSRIs, there's no point in taking this SSRIs, and he tells you how to come off it. Well, it's a false, it's a kind of a lie, because first he shows some studies, he shows that some SSRIs were compared to placebo and they're basically the same. So he uses these arguments to show that SSRIs are kind of useless and they don't work. But he's wrong, because the SSRIs don't only work on serotonin, they work on other neurotransmitters like dopamine. They work on other areas. Of course, the generation of new brain cells in the hippocampus, the part of our brain that's to do with memory. I think hippocampus, yeah. And it's called hippocampus because it's shaped like a horse, I think. Yeah, hippocampus. And so I think it's called neurogenesis, the birth of new cells. Apart from that, but it's also serotonin, sorry, SSRIs affect the birth of new cells in the brain, neurogenesis. They affect serotonin, they affect the dopamine and other things. So what he's saying there, he's saying that the serotonin theory of depression has been debunked. But SSRIs don't only affect serotonin. So he's saying basically SSRIs are useless because of this idea, but he doesn't say, and he should know, that SSRIs also affect dopamine and other neurotransmitters. So it's a bit of a lie, actually. It's not, that's the problem when watching these experts. You end up lapping everything up and believing what they say, but they're also biased. They're humans just like us, and so yeah, some even probably lie. So going back to my point about SAD, I have seasonally adjusted depression, or whatever it's called. And in the winter, when the days are darker for longer, I feel really, really down. Really down. And yeah, the theory that's been debunked. Basically, the UV rays go into the retina, into the eye, and they affect the production of serotonin. Guys like that guy Horowitz would say, "Oh no, it's the vitamin D on your skin that's affecting you." No, it's not, because I can take vitamin D. I can eat fish oil tablets, capsules, till the cows come home all winter, and I feel bad. It's only when the sun hits my eye, the retina, and it does something to the brain. Okay, maybe it's dopamine, maybe it's serotonin, but I think it's a combination of all these, or a few, neurotransmitters in the brain that give you that sense of well-being, mental well-being. Vitamin D could also be a contributor. I don't know, but yeah. So the SAD is a real thing, and I just see from my wife, she does not get affected by the dark winter, but I get so affected, really, really affected. Like in the winter, I try to wake up in the morning, try to open my eyes on purpose to try and get some light inside my eyes. I've tried those in the past. They sell those SAD lights, those big panels of white light, but they say it's a full spectrum, but it's not. Well, I don't know what full spectrum means, but it's not like having a sun inside your room, because the sun is a yellow light, and how do you say, right, greens are greener, the blues are blue, whereas that white light, you put that white light in your room and it doesn't change anything. It doesn't have that much of an effect on me. But the red light, I have one small thing. It's a panel, 2 panels actually. Sorry. And I put them on, and it's slightly better. I feel slightly better than the white light, but it doesn't really make a massive difference. You need the sun, or I need the sun, or people who have this SAD, they really need the sun. Why do they need the sun? Is it because of serotonin? The sun affects serotonin in the brain, and so your serotonin maybe is just too low. And like now, I feel okay. If it was really dark and cloudy and rainy, I would be speaking slower, I would be down. I'd be thinking about bad stuff. Now it's sunny. It's just, my favorite season is spring because it's sunny. Flowers are everywhere. But in the past, I always thought spring was beautiful. Everything is beautiful in spring. Summer as well is nice. Sometimes it's too hot, but then autumn comes and winter, and that's it. Like, I have to hibernate for half of the year. I can't get any work done. I can't. So I kind of have to, if I like have a YouTube business, like I was doing a YouTube business in the past, and I had to like make so many videos in the spring and summertime, because I know in the winter time and the autumn, you see the way I'm talking fast because I feel really happy, kind of almost high on the sun, yeah. So I would have to make those videos in advance, but even though I made loads of videos and then I scheduled them for the winter time, there were periods where it would all dry up and then I couldn't do any more. So some people say, oh, why haven't you worked in all those years? Because some people have seen some of my old videos, like I haven't worked in 30 years or whatever. People say, yeah. One person says, where do you get your money from? And I said something funny, like, I don't know, like the Royal Mint or something like that. And some people were complaining, oh yeah, people have to work and pay taxes. Well, you think my parents didn't pay taxes? You think I didn't? Well, I did pay taxes. When it comes to the business, I paid taxes. I just got a bill the other day that my wife, she forgot to pay, or I don't know what she did. She made a mistake, and it's like, I think it's 650. I can show it to you. It's 650 quid from 2 or 3 years ago that I have to pay in tax. But I'm saying we didn't bloody make any money. How can we have? Why do we have to pay so much tax? But she just left. She said, that's another bloody debt. A debt on top of debt on top of debt. I have to pay 600 quid, but where's the money? Because she controlled the money. She's going to say, well, we spent it on food or whatever. But yeah, to one of the guys who say, oh, we have to pay tax. My parents paid a load of tax when they were alive, and sometimes I think, I wish they didn't work so hard, pay less tax, but because everything my parents gave me now has been taken away. I mean, they worked all their life for, and to give everything to their son, and I'm so lucky and so grateful. But the thing is, all that money, most of it is taken away. Inheritance tax, bang, there's a huge one. Then like 200 grand for the care home, that's another one. Then there's other taxes. Then there's a wifey divorce, which is going to take more than half of what I've got left over. So everything that they worked for, I feel really bad, like I've let them down. I mean, people say, well, yeah, someone's going to get that money at some point. Yeah, but anyway, it's a nice day. I'm not gonna make myself feel down. Yeah, I do get some funny comments, some really negative ones, but I can laugh now because, one, because of you guys, and two, because of the sun. So, I don't know, some people do suffer with this SAD. I think, in the winter when I feel really bad, I think, why don't I just go to a bloody warm country? Not a hot country, I can't take the heat. But because I was born in the UK, in London, and I can't take the heat. When it gets to 30 degrees, that's it, it's too hot. So living somewhere like in Sicily, it gets to 40, 45 degrees. No. I wouldn't be able to take it. Even some places in China are too hot. The Philippines is, some people have suggested, oh yeah, go and you'll find a nice woman there in the Philippines, in Thailand. But I've heard some horror stories, of guys going over there. I'll tell you, if I do ever meet a woman, I'll say, look, I've got no money, because it's the truth. I've got no money now. It's been all sucked out of me. So I'm not a good catch anymore. I don't have any money. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say. I suffer from SAD, and it's just very difficult in the winter. You can't avoid it because you don't get that stimulus. You don't get that stimulation, the UV rays. And so what do? You either go to another country that's sunny, but you have to have the money to go somewhere and stay somewhere. The white light, the full spectrum light, just doesn't really work for me. The red light seems to be a bit better, but in the winter I just have to try and catch as many moments as I can when there's some sun. But you have less hours of sun. Even if you do get sun, it might be cloudy, but you still get some of the UV rays. But instead of, let's say, 16 hours a day where you get sun in the summertime, at the peak of summer, let's say, and then in winter you might get 6 or 7 hours, 8 hours of sun, and by the time I wake up it's already dark. Well, not exactly, but yeah. So thank you guys. That's my talk today about SAD, or seasonally affective disorder. There's another word, seasonally adjusted depression. It all means the same thing. Winter blues, basically. In the summer, you feel great, and in the winter, you don't feel so great. But anybody there who thinks like my wife, saying, oh, everybody feels great in the summer, it's the same for everyone. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. And I think things balance themselves out. I feel so. My wife, for example, or others, I assume, they feel like this all year long. The summer doesn't affect them so much, and the winter doesn't affect them so much. But this is me. The summer affects me a lot, and the winter affects me a lot. So I'm suffering during the winter, and then I'm high during the summer. So summertime is spring and summer is brilliant for me. It feels really good. Whereas other people, it's just summer, but winter is really bad. So I have to go and live in places like Sweden, where it's summer all year, all year long. But you have to have the good with the bad, don't you? Some people have been commenting and saying, "Oh, you're so, so miserable." Pull your socks up, or don't feel so depressed. But maybe people who are depressed can experience happiness more powerfully, because they're so down, and so when they feel up, there's you're not like this, are you? You're like this, and you feel there's a big difference between these two and these two. There's a big difference there. And so when they feel happy, that happiness is more, if you know what I mean. And so here's one quote from a film I saw years ago. What is light without darkness? It's true. If you don't have the blackness of night, then you won't appreciate the day. So maybe if you don't have depression, you don't appreciate just what normal happiness is. For me, this is really happy, and other people are walking around saying, oh, it's just a normal day. It's because of the winter I've been so down, and now it's my turn to be up there in the clouds. All right, thank you very much, guys. If some of these words resonate with you, if you have the same problem, SAD, or if you know anyone, leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, and dislike, of course, if you don't like it. Yeah, and see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, have a nice day. Bye.
I can show you.